What if everything you were taught about money stopped working after 2020? And nobody told you. Meet Alex. Solid job. Responsible spender. But somehow, every month ended the same way. No savings, more stress, and a growing list of auto pays he barely remembered signing up for. Alex's story is the story of millions of people who do everything right but still feel broke. And that's because the old formula, work hard, save 10%, retire happy, doesn't fit today's world anymore. Prices rise faster than paychecks. Credit cards charge more than 20%. And the NBB West financial traps hide behind friendly buttons like Pay in 4. So here's the truth. Financial literacy has changed. And the people who thrive in this new economy don't just earn money. They engineer it. This video is about that. The new financial literacy nobody's talking about. A practical, modern system that works today, in real life. Stay until the end. I'll share the 7-step money system that turns chaos into clarity. Let's begin. The old money rules were designed for a world that no longer exists. Back then, salaries grew faster than rent. College was affordable. Savings accounts paid 5%. But today, the gap has flipped. You can budget harder and still fall behind, not because you're careless, but because the system is designed to drain attention and reward convenience. Apps pull micropayments every month. Buy now, pay later stretches spending into next season. And the advice to just save 10% ignores that most people are already stretched thin. So if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right and still treading water, it's not you. It's the map that's outdated. Financial literacy in 2025 isn't about memorizing terms or cutting lattes. It's about building a system that earns while you learn. Let's start with the foundation: income. Most people treat income as a job title. The new rich treat it as a skill stack. See, you don't need 10 new talents. You need 3 skills that amplify each other. Your core skill, what you're paid for now. Your amplifier skill, a tool or habit that doubles your efficiency. Your market skill, how you connect that value to opportunity. Take Ethan, a mid-level accountant. He learned automation tools, cutting his weekly reports from 5 hours to 45 minutes. Then he taught that process to other teams. Suddenly, he wasn't just an accountant. He was a cost-saving system. His raise, 18%. His side gig, teaching automation on weekends. That's financial literacy. Not make more, but multiply value. It's not about the hours you put in, but what you put into the hours. If you want to increase income this year, forget chasing another job title. Stack your skills until your time becomes rare, and watch how fast the market finds you. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far and want more topics like this, comment the word "more" down below. All right, let's move to the part that quietly decides who gets ahead and who stays stuck: expenses. Let's be honest, traditional budgeting feels like punishment. Track every dollar, log every coffee, you do it for a week, then life happens. The solution? Don't budget harder, automate smarter. Here's the 60-30-10 system. Simple, flexible, and built for real life. 60% must. Rent, food, utilities, minimum debt. 30% growth, savings, investing, future goals. 10% joy, guilt-free spending, vacations, dates, hobbies. The key is automation. On payday, money moves itself. 60% stays, 30% transfers to savings and investments, 10% goes to a separate fun card. Because willpower fails, automation never forgets. Also, audit the leaks. Highlight every app, subscription, or service you haven't used in 30 days. Cancel ruthlessly. And the golden rule of 2025, if you can't save in 4, don't pay in 4. Buy now, pay later is just debt with makeup on. When you control expenses through automation, you turn stress into structure, and structure builds wealth. Now that you've learned how to control what flows out, let's focus on what can grow within. Assets. Assets are your employees. Every dollar you own is either working for you or being hired by someone else. The new financial literacy isn't about saving money. It's about deploying money. Tier 1. Cash layer. Safety. Start with 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in a high-yield savings account. Don't leave your emergency fund in a 0.01% account. Top-tier accounts pay around 4% APY. That's hundreds of dollars a year you're already earning by existing. Tier 2. Growth layer. Investing. Simple wins. Low-fee index ETFs, broad market funds, consistent contributions. Compounding doesn't need excitement, it needs time. Tier 3. Long-term layer. Retirement. Max your match if you have a 401k. The 2025 limit is $23,500 or $7,000 in an IRA. That's your tax-advantaged compounding engine, the quiet millionaire maker. And finally, diversification. Think of it as a potluck. Some dishes are safe, bonds, CDs. Some are spicy, stocks, ETFs. You want a mix. So if one dish fails, the meal still feeds you. Every paycheck, send a few of your dollars to work. Let them clock in. Let them stay long after you clock out. Moving forward, let's talk about liabilities. If assets are your workers, liabilities are your thieves. Credit cards today charge an average of 21% APR. That means every $1,000 of debt costs you over $200 a year just to exist. The new literacy rule: treat debt like a fire, small, contained, and watched closely. Here's where most people get it wrong about paying off debt. They chase the biggest balance first, thinking, if I wipe out the largest one, I'll finally be free. But that's not how money math works. See, not all debt costs the same. Some debts are like small campfires. Others are like volcanoes erupting under your finances. And those volcanoes? They're the ones with the highest interest rates, the 20%, 25%, even 30% credit cards quietly burning through your future. That's why you use the Avalanche Plus Quick Win method. Step 1, pay the minimums on everything. That keeps your accounts current and stops new fires from spreading. Step 2, find the debt with the highest interest rate and attack it like it's your #1 enemy. That's your avalanche. You throw every extra dollar you can at that single debt because it's the one stealing the most from you every month. When that debt disappears, you take the payment you were making and roll it onto the next highest interest account. Your progress builds speed, just like an avalanche gaining momentum down a mountain. But here's the twist. Pure math doesn't keep humans motivated. So we add one more layer: the quick win. Before you start your avalanche, pick one small balance, a store card, a small medical bill, and clear it fast. That's your instant win. It gives you proof that you can finish what you start. And that feeling of progress? That's fuel. Because when you mix logic with momentum, your results multiply. The avalanche saves you the most money. The quick win gives you the motivation to keep going. Together, they turn debt payoff from a struggle into a strategy. Every cleared balance frees a soldier. Roll that payment to the next. And about BNPL, buy now, pay later. It's growing so fast that credit bureaus now track it, and every missed installment can quietly follow you for years. Some debt can help: education, a reasonable mortgage, or tools that expand earning power. But consumer debt? That's lifestyle inflation disguised as freedom. Remember, money borrowed is future income already spent. Don't give away tomorrow's peace for today's impulse. All right, let's move forward and dive into the next pillar of financial literacy: compounding. If money has one superpower, it's compounding. Albert Einstein called it the most powerful force in the universe, and yet most people never let it work long enough to see it. Meet Jordan. At 25, he starts investing $10 a day. Small, boring, automatic. At 35, he's contributed $36,000. At a moderate return, it's worth over $60,000. His friend waits until 35 to start and never catches up. That's the invisible power of time. Here's how compounding works. $200 grows 5% to $210. Next year, 5% applies to $210. That's 220.5. Then 230 was, and so on. You're not earning on your effort anymore. You're earning on your previous earnings. Compounding rewards patience and punishes interruption. So never pull out of a growing investment to wait for a better time. Time is the better time. The new financial literacy? Stop chasing miracles. Start compounding quiet habits. Let's break down the solution that helps you measure progress and stay consistent. Your 2025 money system. Take a moment to screenshot this. You'll want to keep it handy. Open a high-yield savings account for emergencies. Capture your employer match or start an IRA. Automate weekly investments, even $25 counts. Audit subscriptions monthly. Cancel the noise. Attack highest interest debt first. Roll payments. Build your 3-skill income stack this quarter. Review your plan every 90 days. Adjust, repeat. You don't need to master everything overnight. Just pick one item, start today, and let small progress stack. Now, to bring all these principles to life, let's look at a real example. Remember Alex from the beginning? 3 months ago, he was drowning in auto pays and BNPL. Every month started with hope and ended with overdraft alerts. But instead of trying to budget harder, he rebuilt his system from the ground up. He made 4 simple changes. Moved $4,000 into a high-yield savings account, earning 4.3%, turning dead cash into quiet income. Automated $50 a week into a total market ETF, so investing happened while he slept. Paid off one small card balance completely, rolled that payment forward, and started his avalanche plan on the next highest interest debt. Pitched a process improvement at work, a simple spreadsheet that saved his team hours each week, and earned a $200 a month raise for it. He also ran a quick subscription audit, canceling unused apps that freed another $70 a month. Then he redirected those savings toward his debt snowball. By the end of 90 days, his spending was predictable, his savings grew automatically, and his stress disappeared. 90 days later, his net worth grew more than in the previous year. Not magic, not luck, just literacy, updated for 2025. Because the new literacy isn't theory, it's mechanics. When your money system runs on automation, time, and intention, wealth stops being something you chase and starts becoming a side effect of how you live. Now that you've seen what's possible, let's zoom out and talk about the mindset behind it all. Your mindset. Here's the quiet truth. The people who build lasting wealth love boring systems. They don't chase hype, they follow structure. They understand that consistency beats intensity. You don't need to be perfect every day, just disciplined most of the time. Small, repeatable actions compound faster than big, emotional decisions. Financial literacy isn't about memorizing jargon. It's about making money predictable. Decide once, automate always, review quarterly. And when the markets swing or the headlines scream, the financially literate don't panic. They stay calm because they trust their process. They know wealth isn't built in bursts, it's built in seasons. And every season has a purpose. They track their progress, like pilots check instruments. Not to celebrate or criticize, but to stay on course. Because the goal isn't to get rich. The goal is freedom. Freedom from anxiety, from confusion, from uncertainty. Do not save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. Warren Buffett. That one sentence is the foundation of everything you just learned. Let's pull back the curtain on the new financial literacy nobody's talking about. The new financial literacy isn't about cutting coffee or chasing crypto. It's about designing a system that quietly builds wealth in the background of your life. You learn that income isn't just a paycheck. It's a skill stack that compounds with time. That expenses should be automated, not managed by willpower. Those assets are your employees, working for you through high-yield savings, index funds, and retirement accounts. And that liabilities are your thieves, controlled best with the Avalanche Plus Quick Win method so you gain both logic and momentum. You discovered the power of compounding where time multiplies your discipline. You saw Alex's 90-day turnaround, proof that small changes compound faster than you think. And finally, you learned that true financial literacy is not knowledge, it's habit. A habit of deciding once, automating always, and reviewing quarterly. That's how financial confidence is built. Quietly, consistently, permanently. If you found value today, I highly recommend watching my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to leave your comment below, especially if this video made you think differently. I appreciate your support more than you know. Until next time, stay consistent, stay patient, and stay winning. See you in the next one, Money Magician.